Hi everyone, here is Juraj, and today I would like to share my experience of growing autoflower plant called Apricot. This is the harvest day, end of the week 11 for this plant. It is day 77, and today I'm going to harvest this plant. So let's start. First of all, this plant is planted in the double bucket system as is displayed here. Both buckets are filled with the soil. The bottom bucket is 10.7 liters total volume, and the top one is 5 liters. But the bottom is filled around 8 liters because the soil set down during the growing stages of the plant. So altogether I can say it's around maybe 13 liters of total volume of soil. So this is the double bucket system. The reason for that is that the plant cannot be overwatered in this type of growing, and also it's giving the freedom that you can leave house for 5-6 days and plant will survive. Here you can literally pour several liters of water into the bottom bucket and the plant will be fine after 5-6 days. I tested it with the 5 days already. It works superbly. The root structure on the top bucket is different than the root structure on the bottom. I will show later. So here this plant, as I planted here her in this double bucket system, I topped her for 8 main colas. This is the topping done after the second node. After the first node there are side branches going to the right and two to the left, and then we go to after second node I made the top. There is 1 centimeter knob and the top branches started to spread out, and I topped her again after 7 days. So it was day 14 and then day 21, and I got 8 total colas. Very beautiful grow of this plant. The structure I removed from bottom part basically everything what made no sense to keep there, and the entire top structure is here. 8 main colas. This is the view from the very top of the plant. This is how she looks. 8 main colas. It is this one is main by paradox. This one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. So, and the side branches, and here are side branches. The grow of this plant was basically without any issues. She recovered fantastically after topping, and I bet it is because of the day when I'm doing topping, and also I was not using any nutrients, and I started to use Calmac 1 week before she went into bloom, and also NPK. I started to feed her 1 week before bloom, and from that point on I feeded her almost daily but small amounts, and some days I gave her only water until the harvest day, which is today in day 77. Fantastic grow of this plant in double bucket system. Topping was without any issues. Her grow back again. The trunk size is around 1.8 millimeter, 1 centimeter, 8 millimeters. That's quite interesting that how big right she is. She's like a little tree, literally, after 77 days. So, and the trichomes on the buds as well, I'm going to harvest her because of the reason that she is in this stage maybe 1 week, the absolute peak potency, and there is maybe 1% amber. So this is the absolutely highest point for harvest from point of view if I want to harvest plant in this stage and in this level of potency, almost without any amber trichomes. For me it is also a little bit experiment because I used to harvest plants with sometimes 10 or 20% of amber trichomes. Now I'm trying to hit around 100 milky plus minus. That let's see how that goes. So from my point of view it's also the experiment. The development of the trichomes were very beautiful, steady, without any issues. I also was trying to keep the plant healthy as long as possible with all needed nutrients. Again, my reasoning behind that is that I am using completely bio-nutrients, and also in the nature, wherever you would see any ripening plant, she will simply not be exhausted or depleted by water or any nutrients. She will thrive in full green and would be completely ripe, right, as this plant. She was 18 hours in darkness and I took her out before I will chop her down. The total height is, she's tall maybe around 1 meter if we calculate from very bottom, or from the roots of the bottom till the top. It will be a little bit more than 1 meter, 1 meter maybe 5-10 centimeters, and she is wide maybe 70 centimeters, 80 centimeters. Really nice solar dish from the Autoflower plant, and how tall she is. Very effective, very unique. I was using 150 full spectrum light in this tent with this grow, and 1 week it was, I changed several times the intensity of the light because of her needs, of in which phase she was. If she needed more light, I higher intensity. If I saw that she is dropping leaves too early, I reduced. So it was each week by week adjustments for this grow, which went fantastically. I am sure that I will grow this type of strain again. Very beautiful development, grow, and the entire structure of the plant, and simply how she developed in entire body in all stages of the grow. There was no issues from this perspective. Also PPFD, when I gave her 100%, she had around 900, almost 1000 in the middle, and went to 400 to sides. But then I reduced her and I kept her around 700 in the middle, because 1000 was too much for her from this point of view, and I was basically keeping her on that perspective, around 700 in the middle. Watering, I was watering her daily, sometimes twice, ranging from 1.5 liter of water with the nutrients Calmag and NPK to 3 liters. When I gave her 100 light intensity, I had to give her 3 liters of water daily. When I reduced to 60%, it was around 1.5 liter, almost 2 liters. It's harvest day and she's completely healthy. Some top leaves are really beyond intended function, but that's okay. It's harvest day. She's around 90% completely healthy in the structure of the leaves. The buds 100%, and those leaves will be gone because I will be doing the wet trimming after I will harvest her. I will definitely do also the video for the reveal of the root structure in the top bucket and how the roots looks. It's the very interesting view. And yes, this was fantastic grow of autoflower plant called Apricot. Very nice, steady grow. The smell, it's very hard to define for me at this moment, so I will do it later. But basically that's it, all about me growing or growing the autoflower plant called Apricot in the double bucket system, topped to 8 main colas with the nice satellite dish setup, day 77, and I'm going to harvest her. Anyone, any questions? If so, comment section is there. Have a nice time and enjoy. So thank you everyone for watching, and bye.